Hi everyone, it's Jai452 back again, doing something that we haven't done in quite a while. That is a cosplay podcast. We're coming very close to the end of 2018, so I thought, why not sit down with a couple of like-minded people who love cosplay as much as I do? So, joining me today is the one and only Donnie. Hi Donnie.
Hello.
His good friend Devin. Hi Devin.
Hello.
And back again, by popular demand, of course, is the one and only B.
Hi, everyone.
So we're going to just jump right into it, guys, and talk about some of the cosplays that we've done this year, as well as some of the events that we went to in 2018. So I'll get the ball rolling by saying I actually got the opportunity to do 2 costumes at an event this year. And that event in question was actually at Comic-Con Scotland up in Edinburgh, the biggest, I think, the capital of Scotland, if I'm not mistaken, B?
Yep, Edinburgh's the capital, although Dunfermline was originally the capital up until about the 1400s, I think it was.
Awesome. So while I was out there, I actually got the opportunity to cosplay as both Harley Quinn, doing the psychiatrist side, and Black Siren from the ROCW show. Now, I have to admit, and B can back me up on this, I've been doing Harley Quinn for a very long time.
Me too.
And I think finally when I got to the point of doing the psychiatrist version, I was bringing it to a close. I was like saying, right, I'm done with this particular cosplay for a while. I'm done doing Harley for an extended period of time. I mean, I'll still pull Harley out every now and then because it's a quick costume to do.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, well, I'm looking to do other costumes now. And in contrast with that, Black Siren is one that I'd been working on for a very lengthy period of time, because she is a character that I'd always wanted to do. And it was so fun doing that particular character, guys, because I got to be such, like, a mean individual for a day. Not that that's ever really needed to stop me. Like, I've never really needed an excuse to be mean. I kid. It was so good to play a character like that, because I look up to the actress in such a way because she's such a nice individual. And it was so good to do something that I've not seen any other male do in the UK. Like, I've seen Black Canary, like, gender-bent cosplays over in the US, but I've never seen a Black Siren. So I thought, I'm going to give this a try. And I have to admit, it was probably my most photographed day ever. And I'm contrasting that with when the first time was I did Harley Quinn, because that was a really well photographed day as well. So yeah, it was like so much fun getting the opportunity to do that, and I love the interactions that I had with a lot of different people coming up to me and just saying, "Are you Black Canary or Black Siren?" And I play my little scream on my phone for them, and I'm like, "Black Siren."
Yeah, that must have been a good day.
It was such a great day. I mean, I'll not lie to you, what the costume that I was wearing was both warm and cold at the same time. But we suffer for our cosplay art, guys.
Yeah.
And I think what I'll do is, just for the sake of the viewers at home, I will play for you the little siren scream that I have on my phone. So I am going to tell everybody who is with me right now, please brace your ears because this is going to be quite loud. So you have been warned. Okay, hold on. Sorry, just trying to up the volume. Okay, I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah, go for it.
So we just had this little tiny thing that I did with a friend of mine who I'll give credit to right now. the wonderful Whisper Green Top on iGameOnline.net, shameless plug, who I sent a couple of the versions of Katie Cassidy's Scream to, and we managed to knock up a kind of preliminary type Scream to be used for me to walk around the con with, which was absolutely fun and fantastic. And when it came time for me to do the masquerade, it was also there, and I actually should have passed it to the MC and just said hit the play button. But of course that didn't happen. But yeah, it was so much fun to walk around as that character, and I can't wait to do that character again at some point. But let's see, Donnie, what are some of the cosplay events that you've been to this year? Because I only got to go to the one.
Oh, geez. I kept it pretty relaxed on con appearances this year. I tried to stick mainly to cons that I was invited to. Mm-hmm. The big one I did was Empire State Comic-Con out in Albany, New York. It was their first event, and it went really well. I had a really great reception. Everybody was very, very welcoming. It went off really well. I was also at Bulldog Enterprises comic convention and collectibles out in the Springfield, Mass area, which went off really well. But I think outside of that, I kept it pretty relaxed on con appearances for the year. I stuck to doing mainly some charity stuff. Around the first of the year, I did a holiday party or event for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was really nice. Mm-hmm. Did that as Green Arrow, and I also did some other charity things. I helped out with the Easter Sunday dinner done by a homeless shelter. So I mainly stuck to doing the charity stuff. I only did maybe 2 con events.
Charming.
So what was some of the cosplays that you did this year that almost drove you insane, kind of thing, like putting them together essentially?
None really. For me, it's pretty easy to, because I don't build any of mine from scratch. I piece them together. Mm-hmm. I guess the physicality that I bring to my cosplays can be kind of a pain in the ass. And that just has to do with, being involved in fitness and stuff, that I put a lot of physical work into my cosplays, which can kind of drive me up the wall with the constant dieting and all that nonsense.
What, in which case then, because you said you put a lot of physicality into your particular cosplays that you're doing, which one has been the most physically demanding this year?
It's typically, Green Arrow is typically more demanding because I carry real bows with me. Mm-hmm. But I think this year, the one that really takes it is my Ryu cosplay. The photo shoot we did in Purgatory Chasm, and, Ken and Ryu aren't really known for wearing shoes and socks and stuff, so we were barefoot. And it was about, 2 miles total. We traveled from shoot location to shoot location. Did that all barefoot. So I really tore up the bottom of my feet during all that.
And what was one of the ones that was less physically demanding? Like one that you just kind of thought, this is so easy, I don't need to do jack shit for this?
The Red Hood shoot. It was a really laid-back shoot. It took no real work to do. Though, I think I lied. I did a Dean Winchester photo shoot recently, which was even easier. because I just hung out in a bar with.
Do you know one person I know is gonna absolutely love your Dean Winchester shit, and that's my friend or somebody I know called Roadrunner Cosplay. He does quite a lot of different supernatural cosplays. Also known as Shane. So I don't know if you know him, but he's well known for doing a lot of different ones in that area. So, which one has been your most favorite?
Green Arrow for sure. Green Arrow's what got me into all this, and I feel like if it wasn't for Green Arrow, I don't think I would have transitioned into being a actual model, because I do that, or actor. It really opened up the door for me to kind of explore other realms.
So would that be the Green Arrow Stephen Amell's one, or is it the comic book character in general?
The comic book character in general, but the Stephen Amell one really helped kind of bring it to life. Mm-hmm. And so my take on Green Arrow is a blend of the comic and the show.
Awesome. So Stephen Amell, if you're watching this, thank you so much. And also, you might have a lot to answer for. So I'm going to transition from Donnie to his friend Devin and ask, what kind of events have you been to this year, Devin? And what kind of cosplays have you also done this year?
They asked what events you've been at this year and what cosplays you've done.
Oh, I haven't done any cosplays. Well, I was a demon in Donnie's Supernatural Dean shoot, so I got killed. I've never seen the show though. I was just a generic demon. And then,
you know what?
I went
so much.
I went to that Springfield Comic-Con.
Hold on, sorry. What did you say, B?
And then I went to that Springfield Comic-Con. Walked around
sorry,
there.
I was asking B what she said because she was trying to add a piece when you said about being the demon.
Yeah, okay. I was just saying I just love that. It's like never seen the show before, but you know what? Yeah, he's my mate. So what do you want me to do? Be a demon?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he was like a fish out of water. It was great.
Or does that mean I get to like bang lots of hot? Sexy.
That's what I was asking, trying to come up with ideas, and apparently demons don't bleed, they don't big boot, they don't have fangs. I learned a lot.
Try watching the television show for about, what is it, 12, maybe
14 seasons?
14, 13 seasons,
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's almost smashed a couple of records. I think they're like trying to last until season 15 or 16.
Yeah,
that's like the ballpark.
I hear it's a really good show.
It is a really good one, and Donnie was saying about doing Red Hood recently. Jensen Ackles, who's one of the protagonists of the show, actually voiced Jason Todd in Under the Red Hood, the animated movie. And I think in one of the more recent seasons, they did this episode where they were in a comic book shop of all places.
It was actually this current season that they did that.
And they had the Red Hood, standing on a model thing. And there is something on Jensen Ackles' Instagram where he's in the Red Hood armour. And when I seen that, I was like, hell yes! I love it! And I apologise to anyone I just deafened, but, that's the thing when you watch an iGame thing, you run the risk of being deafened.
You're invested at that point.
Oh, I was so invested, because Jason Todd's always been one of my favourite Robins. Come on, who's better than Jason Todd?
I mean, my boy Dick Grayson.
Your boy Dick Grayson is good, but he's no Jason Todd.
I'm so glad you said Dick Grayson, because see, if you're about to say Damian Wayne, he'd be like, shut up, nobody likes that little shit. Literally, I was just when I was in Newcastle at the time, And the scene, obviously, there was a big thing saying Robin had died. It was like, no! And it said Damian Wayne. I'm like, oh, well, about fucking time then. That's fine. Now, let's go to the ice cream parlor to celebrate.
Totally, that's like what you and me will do the next time I'm in Glasgow. We'll go to the ice cream parlor to celebrate Damian Wayne's death. Even though he's technically...
It's a little dark.
Even though he's technically alive and has had superpowers. But who knows? I mean, a lot can happen in comic books before then.
See how you're saying about Jason Todd? I'm going to make you really sad here, right? So I created an original character a few years back by the name of Jackie. Jackie was the child of the Joker and Harley. However, when Harley found out she was pregnant, she ran away from the Joker because she knew that he would either force her to have an abortion or kill the baby himself. So she threw herself under the protection of Batman. Batman placed her in Wayne Manor with Bruce Wayne. It kind of developed a bit of a romance, and Joker managed to obviously find out where she was. She gave birth to the baby. Alfred was hiding in one of the cupboards with said baby, and Harley tried to convince the Joker that the baby had died, that she'd miscarried, and she was so upset and everything at the time when he showed up. He was like, okay, I'll believe that. But he figured out that the two of them were like together, and he decided that the perfect punishment wouldn't be to kill the both of them, but would be to take Harley back and effectively end up forcing Bruce to watch one of the loves of his life every single day in an abusive relationship with the Joker. So, Jackie grew up with Dick, a little bit with Dick around, but mostly with Jason, and she developed a really, really good relationship with him. And I was role-playing this with one of the Batmen that I knew, and I absolutely broke his heart because Jackie got really, really upset because Jason had left. Now, Jason was believed to be dead at this point, and Bruce had said he'd gone away to a boarding school and he hadn't come back, and Jackie literally just burst into tears, hugged her father, and then just looked up at him and was just like, does Jason not love me anymore? Does Jason not love us anymore? And Bruce was like, ah! No!
Then I'm gonna
like, God damn you.
I'm gonna suggest you guys watch the most recent episode of DC's Titans, because Jason Todd appears as a teenager there with your boy Dick Grayson, Devin.
Alright.
Which, I don't know if you guys have been watching that show, but it has been fantastic. Like, I think I mentioned this on another podcast, that they're literally going through the arc of Raven coming into her powers and learning who she really is and about her father, Trigon. And we see a lot of people's kind of backstories playing out really, really well. And they just recently introduced Dick Grayson's replacement, Jason Todd, and you could see why he is the way he is and how really super violent he actually is when dealing with just general police in the area that they're in. Like, he beats them, a good bunch of them, to bloody pulp, really. And Dick Grayson's the one that actually stops him from killing one of them, and I'm like, oh, this is so good, it's great TV. But yeah, so I'm going to ask you, Devin, what has been the most physically demanding cosplay that you've done this year?
Oh, I haven't done any.
Oh, okay. What has been, in which case then, let me just rephrase the question and ask, what has been the most creative cosplay or prop that you've made this year? Or dreamed about doing?
I mean, I guess being the demon would be the most creative one.
Awesome. Take us through some of what you had to do to get in, had to do to be the demon, because like you mentioned, not having bangs, not having blood. So what were you allowed to have? Like,
I mean, I was allowed to wear civilian clothes, which was cool. Didn't have to really dress up or anything.
So
all the
clothes.
props were provided as far as weapons.
Mm-hmm. So we've got comfortable clothes, props being provided. Did you have to wear the blackout contact lenses?
No, they had normal eyes, I guess.
Yeah, that stuff is going to be done in post.
Oh, that's
Oh,
all.
okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I just thought they had normal eyes.
So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to in 2019, Devin?
Oh, I just want to be Link, the hero of time.
He's also going to cosplay me from the web series that I'm going to be a part of.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'm going to run around
nice.
telling everybody I'm Donnie Francis as I make a fool of myself.
Yeah, he's going to cosplay my character from the web series. It's going to be great.
I've actually got a suggestion for you now. Just before we recorded, I got a chance to sit down with Donnie and Devin, and while I was kind of like sitting, I was thinking to myself who Devin reminds me of.
Thomas Shelby?
No.
Boy George?
No. I was actually like sitting looking at him and I was thinking, he kind of reminds me slightly of Styles from Teen Wolf. So there's another
Teen Wolf?
option.
Who is that? Is that why?
Okay.
Styles from Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I got Google right here.
He was I think the lead in the movie Maze Runner. As everyone searches Google right now, like
I'm searching for him. I'm looking.
Who is that?
He's played by Dylan O'Brien.
Yes.
I'm on one of my roleplay blogs right now, so that's what I'm looking at. Well, I've got like 4 active ones out of many. So I need to kind of keep up on the replies and stuff.
Yeah, I think I would rather be the hero of time.
Well, I just think that Styles is an option for you at some point, and there's always really cool things that you can do with a character like that. Like
Is he a
they've
wolf?
done no, they've done things. He's a normal human being, but there's been times when there was at least a storyline where he was possessed, so he looked like really sickly and kind of dead at points.
So that'd be real easy for you, Devin.
Yeah, I
You
just,
look real sickly at all
I'm
times.
just pale and frail.
Just get him up at 3 a.m.
Just
Oh,
get him up
that was
at
this
3
picture is right
a.m.
here with
and
the big
prevent
bags
him from
under his eyes.
Pardon?
I think I see the tired one with the big bags under his eyes.
Yeah. And you can go even further with that, like make him look like Evil Dead kind of looking as well, I think. So let's move over to B, and I'm going to ask you, my darling, what cosplays have driven you bonkers this year? Because we know what events you've been to, but we don't know what cosplays drove you mad.
Okay, so I can tell you a bit about some of the ideas and plans I had and how that absolutely frustrated me so much.
Yep.
So I will talk about Maleficent once again. So when I was younger and I used to play with the other kids, social inclusion, that sort of thing, they always used to cast me as either Maleficent or Medusa because I was that ugly, and so on and so forth. So I've always been like, yeah, Maleficent's my girl. Now, I have been trying to do this cosplay for about 3 years, maybe even longer. I had a friend of mine who was going to make me the outfit. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Maleficent, you can get that outfit really easily online. I don't mean the Angelina Jolie version, I mean the 1950s animated version. And it's significantly more difficult to get a hold of the actual costume, especially if you happen to be 6 foot odd, like I am, which makes it a bit fat, and I'm really, 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 really wide now, so I'm not exactly thin and skinny. And the other issue that we have is the makeup, because of all of her face and everything and how it needs to be perfectly blended, which is an absolute pain in the ass. I mean, it was difficult enough with Rudaba, but to have to like completely do that all over, and to do it in that, get the colouring right as well, because if you have a look at her, she's not green. She's not grey either. It's kind of in between. It's a really, really difficult shade, actually. So just trying to mix the paints up and get the right shade is a pain in the backside, because you either end up with a shade that makes you look like Emily from The Corpse Bride, you end up with something that makes you look really, really, really green. And I'm like, I've not wandered out of Oz. You know, I'm looking like I want to go for Maleficent here. I don't want to go for Elphaba Throp in Kiamoko Castle. The second one is something that I've had that I wanted to do for a while, and it's frustrating me so much because the design needs to be perfect, otherwise it's not going to work. And the reason that it's frustrating is because it involves metal plates in a particular fashion. So the cosplay is Madame Gasket from Roblox.
Well, I think I'm going to share one with you guys now that I've been kind of considering. Because, like, I told a couple of people that I've been considering Max from Life is Strange. Which is still on my pile. But I'm definitely going to be doing Clarion the Witch Boy in some capacity in 2019. So if you're a fan of obscure DC characters, there's one. And I'm also considering another magical-ass character from the DC universe, and that is a gender-bent enchantress.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if I'm doing enchantress, it will probably be November before I do it. Because one needs to get their ass solely in shape for that.
Nice. Good. Add that in mind.
Huh?
See, with me, I'm interesting when it comes to cosplays now. I'm not saying I'm unique here with this. So you're talking about gender bent cosplays.
Yes.
When I cosplay a dude, I don't cosplay a gender bent of that male character. I cosplay the man. So again, you've seen my Joker, and you've seen me out as Joker. I don't act like a female Joker. Don't act like a female version of the Joker. I walk in there, and I am gangster daddy, is exactly what I am. And I act like a man, and I make references as though I am a man. And it has caused problems in the past. I actually had somebody, it was a long time ago, I'm not going to say who it was, because it's all water under the bridge now, but they did actually try to get me disqualified from one of the cosplay competitions, because the rule said no gender bent cosplays. And I lost it. I got really, really upset. I'm like, so you were trying to disqualify me from the competition because the character that I am cosplaying is male, and I happen to have tits and a vagina. And I was like, that's literally it. I'm not cosplaying a female version of the Joker. I am cosplaying the Joker. So it wasn't gender bent, and it just annoys me so much, because whenever I look to do a male cosplay, people are like, oh yeah, it's a gender bent. I'm like, no, it's not a gender bent. I am literally being a man. That is the character. The character in the role is a man, and I'm taking that on by doing that role.
Do you know what I've always wondered? Whether you would consider doing Dilla Dent at some point?
No, I've had people ask me that, and the answer is no.
That's fair.
No. The reason behind that being is whenever I cosplay a character, I generally only cosplay a character when I actually have quite a understanding of that character. Because as you'll see with both James and I, we are character cosplayers. So we don't have the dexterity, I certainly don't, or the skills with my hands to be able to actually physically make the cosplay. So what I do is I do character stuff. That's my thing. And I wouldn't do a character that I didn't understand enough to be able to put proper performance on. So if you look at all the characters that I've cosplayed, I have enough of an understanding of a character that I can literally carry on a conversation with anybody in character, and it doesn't feel, it feels natural, just as natural as if you were talking to me now. So I'm very selective in that sense of the characters that I actually do, because I need to be able to understand them. I need to be able to understand their mindset, which with the Joker becomes a bit problematic. Just kind of differentiating between. I just, oh my god. See when I do eventually cosplay Hannibal Lecter, though, I think my Tumblr is going to explode. Because I've had a Hannibal Lecter blog since about 2013 on Tumblr. Got like 700 plus followers, and they're probably going to absolutely lose their shit if they see me posting up photos as Hannibal. Like, hello, Hannibal Lecter, da, 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 da. Especially if I'm cooking in the kitchen at the time.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask Donnie, because we didn't really get the opportunity to ask him, but who are we possibly going to see from you, cosplay-wise, in 2019?
For sure, Wolverine. I have a friend building me claws, and then I'm waiting to on a new Green Arrow suit. Those are kind of it right now. Due to my acting and the other modeling that I do, I'm not sure what type of time I'm going to have available to continue doing cosplay stuff much in 2019, because I am looking at, I have the web series that I'll be filming. First day on set is going to be this week, and then after that we're looking at filming in January, and I'm looking at 3 other film projects and another TV show. So I'm very busy.
Awesome.
I know the feeling.
And we kind of heard a little bit from Donovan there about, well, Devin, sorry, not Donovan, what cosplays he's hoping to get done this year in 2019, and we wish him a big amount of luck on that one. Like I said myself, guys, I'm looking to do Clarion the Witch Boy, possibly the Enchantress as well, and who knows, it might be a photo shoot where I am doing the long-awaited Max Caulfield from Life is Strange. But cosplay is a fickle nature, guys. Things change on a dime depending on where you are in the world. Because you obviously tend to plan your cosplay around the country and the world that you live in, i.e. weather-wise. Also, you tend to plan your cosplays around the money that you have, because that's a thing. And where you're actually going could actually influence your Comic-Con cosplay experience as well, because it might be a themed event that you're going to, and you might think, oh, I'll take this cosplay with me, get like a week away from it and find out, hey, this is a strict rule. You need to be dressed as a character from set TV show, time, or whatever, fandom. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of the guests that we've had today, and we'll ask all of them in just a quick second where we can find them on social media. Now, the reason we're kind of closing it up early, guys, is we have a limited amount of people here today, and it's just a nice little quick cosplay thing to round up the event. The other 2 podcasts I have done are significantly longer, and they're chock filled with more people, so do go and have a listen to them. And if you enjoyed this content, please make sure to check out more of my channel, where there are a heck of a lot more cosplay related things, like Inside Cosplay, where you can find Bee's interview and her husband James's interview. and where there will be in the future an interview with Donnie and possibly even Devon, if he's interested in doing one, as well as 100 of other different cosplayers from all walks of life, guys. So please do go and check them out, as well as checking out the gaming content that I'm putting up on that channel as much as I possibly can. So, before we get into that, if you want to catch up with me doing anything else, you can find me on iGameOnline.net or on Twitter at Jai452 or on Facebook at JaiIGameOnline.net or on Instagram at the same name, JaiIGameOnline.net. However, if you're looking for Donnie, we can find you where on social media, Donnie?
You can find me on Instagram under Donnie X Francis, also Twitter at Francis Donnie, and then Facebook under Donnie X Francis as well, where you can kind of keep up on what I'm doing in regards to film and TV and any other weird shenanigans I might be getting myself into.
Awesome. And where can we find you be on social media if we wish to keep up with you?
Right, okay, so on Facebook, as I said in the last one, I have Bee Cosplay, so that's Bee like a bumblebee. I have Cambe Cosplay, so that's Cambee with my husband. I have my writing page, which is the Parkinson Cameron, and if you want to follow any of the theatre stuff that we're doing, that's Left Behind Productions.
Awesome. And lastly, Devon, where can we catch up with you on social media if we wish to do so?
I don't social media like that.
Okay. No Instagrams or Facebooks?
No, I'm bad at it all, so I don't really do it.
Okay, that is not a problem. Now, guys who are watching or listening to this, do not worry if you missed any of those. You will be able to get them in the description, which is down below on this video. Please do click on these particular links, guys, and go follow these guys because they are amazing individuals, and I'm pretty sure they'll be very appreciative of the follows. And we will hope to see you guys all again really soon. So have a nice Christmas and bye, everyone.
Bye, Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.